Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel and to part 2 of us doing our paper bag journal. So last time we got as far as to just assembling the bare bones of it all, and I also mentioned that you could do it on any size paper bag, so that's what I've done. I just took one of these paper bags and I've done the exact same thing, made the pocket in there, and the double pocket there and there, although I left that side open, so this is actually a triple pocket now, and the bit at the top so we can go in there as well. So yeah, I just thought I'd do both of them, and then you can see, don't matter what size paper bag you have. And also there's probably loads of different ways to do a paper bag journal, and my way might be everyone might be saying that's not how you do it. It's just my take on it, you know. So I don't know, other people might do the exact same thing, they might not, but yeah, this is me doing it. So I thought today we'd work on our closures and we'd work on sorting out our pages and that for inside our little journals. So I wanted a tie closure where I've got the opening like that. I want a little disc over here, so I'm gonna punch out a couple of inch circles, and I'm doing a couple so that it's nice and sturdy. Right, make sure I'm getting the whole thing. Right, so I've got some for this one, and I'll quickly do these ones too. So I hope you're all well and having a good week. It's a bit nippy here. It's so I'm staying indoors as much as I possibly can. But yeah, I'm all good. Not heard nothing yet about the move, but that's life. We'll hear when there's something comes available, won't we? I can't keep stressing about it. Well, I'm not stressing now. I'm actually just quite excited for it. Really like looking forward to it now. So it's just the waiting, like when you're just anticipating every day, is this going to be the day? But yeah, so far it ain't. So never mind, we'll just craft along. Like I said, this is the room I'm going to pack up last, so I'm just getting a few bits packed that I know I'm not going to need. But yeah, for the most part, I just want to keep on doing what I do for as long as I can, until I have to actually box all this stuff up and go on my merry way. So what I've done, I've got my circles, and I wanted them a bit more sturdy, so that's why I'm doubling up on this one with book pages from Edith Holden, and get this scrapbook paper. So we'll just get these stuck together, and then we'll be good to go. Right, let's pop the lid on so I don't get all that gunkiness that spills out. Right, so I've got now 2 discs that are a bit firmer than I would usually have used. And what I'm going to do, a little thing that I once saw Wendy Connors Beckett do, if I knew where my hole punch was. Oh dear. So, found it, and what that thing that I saw her do is just crush a little thing, eyelet, so that I can then put it in between to give us a little bit of space for our closure, our ribbon to go through. So just get that done. Right, and I need to poke an hole. So we're just going to try and eyeball the centre. Oh. And that looks like it'll be okay. And the same again for this one. And what I'll probably do now is just work on one and do the other one off camera, so that it's just that little bit easier and not so time consuming. I was just looking for my little brads, so I think I want a small one on this one and a big one. Have I got a silver one? Yeah, I think I like that, or white. No, I think I have the silver. And so we're going to push it through, then put our dud eyelet, and then our other bit, and we're going to put it over here. So I need to get in. Yeah, it's there. Make a nice hole. We're going to pop that in. Oh, and then I need to open, although that is quite thick. I haven't squashed it thin enough, I don't think. So if I can't get it flattened a little bit more, I might leave that out, because, oh dear, we do need a bit of brad, enough. Yeah, I think that's going to be too short. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this still works, like of just doing the two, like the ribbon will go in between. But yeah, I think my brads haven't got long enough, what would you call them, legs, stems, whatever you'd call them, legs, arms. Oh, who knows, I could carry on regardless with this. Right, I'm going to put the small one to the side, and I want a bit of washi just to go over it so that it won't catch on anything inside. So just get a bit of glue on here. Oh, and now I've got to reach right down. That's it. Right. Perfect. Okay, so that goes there, and this is here. So then I'm going to line up and do my hole over it. Am I in line? Yep, right. And let's get a silver eyelet. And you see, it's so simple. Our closure is pretty much done. I'm just going to grab some ribbon, and then we'll work on the insides. Right, so I found a lovely piece of like a sort of peacock blue or petrol blue that I think will look lovely. And I'm just going to feather it through. And I want to do a bit more to this cover, because although I love this like sort of marbly, ripply effect, I think it needs some more. So I don't want this as long as that. So I'm going to take that off there. Lovely. and I'll use that on tags. And then I've got a lovely, just natural piece, ivory, sort of, yeah, neutral, but it's wide, so I'm just gonna halve it, and that should fit nicely. Hope it's long enough. If I could poke it through the little hole. Right, come on, you can do it. That's it, got it. And yeah, it looks like it'd be plenty long enough. Oh, yeah, it is. And then that will just slip under, and we've got our closures done. So that is nice and simple. I'm just gonna take those up at a little angle. Done. Right, so I like this cover pretty much as it is, but I feel that the larger one needs more. Right, so what I did, at first I cut out a big nameplate and I was going to do this, but then when it sits on the page, that bit is missing, so I don't like that. So then I thought this, and then it can be written upon with, like, I don't know, notes or gratitude or whatever the purpose ends up being of this little thing. It might just be a little place to try out new ideas and keep ephemera and that, you know. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So I'm just going to go around the edge here with this blue, and we'll get this in place. So I'm going to need a couple of little brads, and then that will be in place. I'm not sure. I think all my little ones are all the same colour, but I have got a little trick because I'd rather they were silver. So I have got a little trick where if I can find my silver pen, oh, I don't know if I've packed my pens. I've packed some, I have to see. I couldn't find a silver pen, but I've got a blue permanent marker like a Sharpie, and I've just literally coloured in the top, and it should only take a little minute to dry. So I've just given it a little bit of a blow. Hopefully, yep, it's dry. And we've got nice navy ones. So I'm only folding them inwards because I don't want the ends to be seen, and they won't fall out like that in a minute because they're going to be stuck. Oh, actually, I could stick them through if I get the position right. Okay, right, I could do that, couldn't I? Let's make holes so they stay firmly in place. Right, that looks about right, and we'll just make a hole and make another hole. Right, and that should be okay for, oh, hang on, that's gone wonky now. Let's go up a bit. Where was that one? Right, that one's there. So that one, I must have moved it slightly. Needs to be there. Right, where's my little brads? And one on this side. Right, that one, it's rubbed off on my thumb for some reason. I'm going to go over it quickly again. Once it dries properly, it'll be fine, because I've done this loads of times. And yeah, as long as you're not playing about with it, it'll dry and set. So this is going to be off centre, obviously, because I've got that bit there. But oh, I do like that. I think it just gives it that little bit of something extra. So I'm going to pop a bit of washi over the brads and just trim it so that it's neat and that they stay where they are. Okay, and then we can glue this down. I'll get this nice and straight so I don't mess it up. And yeah, I just think there's lots of pockets in this. It can be like an ideas little book where if you're trying out a new style tag or journaling card and that, you can try it out and keep it in here, and because there's loads of pockets. Or if you're trying out something that will be like page decor, you've got there'll be a signature sewn in where you can practice things on a page. And yeah, I think, is that slightly wonky? I've got to look at it up straight. Yeah, I've got to just, that's it. Yeah, when you're looking at it down, yeah, I've got to hold it up to see, because when it's down it looks like it's really wonky, but then when I hold it up straight it's sort of okay. So I know that's not a lot to do to the front, but I just think it gives it something, and this can now be written on with whatever intent this journal or mini paper bag journal is for. But yeah, where I like these blackberries and everything, and the all of that, so I don't think that this one actually needs it. I might do something little later on, we'll see. So now we want to work on our pages. So I've gathered some pages, and it's just normal size that fits in here. I've just folded it all in half, and that will fit in like that. And then I've cut down some little pages for this little one, and they'll sit in like that. But we want them decorated a bit and doing a few bits and bobs with them, so I'm going to work on these ones. Now, as you can probably see, for once I'm not using coffee dyed paper or tea dyed paper. I've decided, apart from this blue, this is a lovely piece of handmade paper, and I've got a lovely big batch of it from my lovely friend Denise for my birthday, and I haven't used any out of it. The bits and bobs that I've used in other projects were little bits and bobs, tiny pieces that I had before, but I've never used a sheet. But so this is a first in this journal. But I've got all the sorts of pages that I would normally coffee dye, but I'm keeping them white, you know, just for something different. But I'm gonna shush them up because they're too boring at the minute. But yeah, I just thought it'd make a nice change, so I'm gonna grab some stencils first and work on a few of these pages. So I'll need to put my mat down because I don't want, what's it called? What is it called? Ink all over the thing. So I grab my mat or plate, whatever it is, and yeah, I think I'm going to come in here with this. I just adore these stencils. You know, when you don't have something, and then I saw my friend using hers, and she told me where to get them from, and you know when you think, how did I live my life without these? Because they're so gorgeous. And so, yeah, we'll have a bit of these. And I'll just fade lightly into, I've got a grey here. And what's that one called? Weathered Wood. And just lightly, oh, I've moved slightly. How did I do that? Right. And then I think that grey can go into this milled lavender. Oh, no. Just slightly, so that it's just a little whisper of it at the end. Oh, I like that. Isn't that pretty? It's just really pretty, and it sort of fades into nothing. Like when you're doing your makeup and you're blending and that. Right, I'm going to have a bit of this darker blue, the one that we used yesterday, or whenever you're watching this on part 1, what we used. And yeah, just right dark in the corner, and then we'll just get lighter. And I could go into something else now. What will we have? Well, we could go with a bit of green. So it's just breaking up the blue a little bit. I don't want it all stark white and just blue, but I don't want to go mental with the colour how I normally do. I just think I'll stick to this one palette, like blues that lead into greens or blues that lead into lilacs and that. And we'll see how that goes. Oh, now that is really pretty, isn't it? Right, so that's that one done. I probably will use this again in a minute, but let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot I've got this great big one. I think I'll do that, this great big one, on, where's the sheet music? Here it is. I even found a bit of sheet music that I haven't coffee dyed, which was a surprise for me to even find it, because I didn't think I would have a bit. Right. And I think this time I'm going to start with lilac and then blend out to blue. And so, yeah, let me know if you're having a go with me at doing this paper bag journal. You can see from the off how easy it is, can't you? Like what we done yesterday, when we started with just the bags, and as you saw, there's no measuring. I just eyeballed it with the cards that I was gonna mat onto the bag, and yeah, it was just so simple. Right, there it is. I'm going now into the, oh, I was a bit too heavy handed there with that grey. I wanted more of a whisper than a shout, so I went a bit heavy handed down there. I'm going to get the side that's got nothing on it and try and pick some up. I don't think that's working very well, but blend with a bit more purple or lavender. Right. And then just gently, I didn't want it too heavy. And then into our blue. And just lightly dotting around. And it's nearly, I reckon, done. Let's have a look. Yeah. And then that comes out onto our page like that. So it's not too heavy. And just giving us that lovely little bits and bobs of colour. I want another stencil. Let's see. I'll take one of the plain white pages. And no, we'll go up that way. And I'm just gonna go with my blue here and there, and then the same with the green, just really random, overlapping the two. And then I'm going to join it after I've given it a little wipe. Oh, I want to join it over here. Oh, try and join that up. And again, I'm just going to be careful of that bit, and then just random. And with the blue. Let's see. Yeah, there we are. So we're just bringing in little hints of colour here and there, nothing too major. Right, so what I've done now, I've finished stenciling and I've done a little bit of stamping, and I also grabbed this thin, it's not much thicker than normal paper, scrapbook paper, in this lovely blue and white, and I just had the 12 by 12, I folded it up so it's the same size as my other papers and made a nice deep pocket either side, and I had another bit from the same collection that's very thin, and like the whole collection is like blue and white, so we've got some like ivories and creams with blue as well. In that set, I just used these two that was sort of like an off-whitey and blue. So, I've got my signature ready. Now, if I was doing more than one signature, or if this was like a normal book, I'd punch my holes, I'd line up, I'd get a bit of paper the same, line it all up and do it. But where this is so thin, and it's only the one signature, I'm going to do the whole lot at once. Oops. So, I want to grab some big clips so that I can clip it together nice and even. Right, so okay, so I've got it clipped in where I want it. It's not poking out of the top or the bottom. And I've got my tools catalogue that I use as a book cradle, I've got a phone book somewhere and all. I think I've packed that. And I'm just gonna do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And yeah, I'm gonna hold it up like that. And I'm gonna do all my holes together at the same time. Come down a bit, about an inch from the top. Maybe. And the same at the bottom. Right, so I've got my 3 holes. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this happening on camera or not. I'm just making sure my holes have gone all the way through. Yeah. And then I've got my waxed thread, and I'm going to come from the outside in. Oh. So I'm going in that first one. Oh, and the rule is that you have about 1.5 times the thread for the size of your book, but I have about 2 lengths just to be on the safe side. And then, so I've come out the bottom, I'm going back to the top, and I'm going in. And then back to the middle, in the exact same hole. Make sure I am in that exact same hole. And out I come there. And so then we tuck our string the other side, so we've got a piece each side, and just tighten it up, and then we can knot the thread there, and we're all good in the hood. So that's that. And the reason I've come on the outside, we could go on the inside and you can have little dangles, but I like to come on the outside. Snip that off, and then cover the spine. So I'm going to grab a little bit of fabric. Right, so I've grabbed just a bit of navy ribbon. I think it's about 1 inch wide, and I think I'll be quite happy with that, and it's just going to cover my stitch. So right, I'm just going to apply the glue directly onto my ribbon. And oh, that's a weird little noise it's making. And I can always go back up to the edges if I do miss a bit, but yeah, I'm trying to get near the edges so that I don't miss. Obviously it's a bit longer, you can see. And I'm just gonna put this under there slightly so I can get in under there without making a gluey mess. Line it up and come up and just over, and I want to hold that to set the glue. A little bit coming out the side, but that just does brush off. You know how you get those glue strings. And now our stitching is covered with this nice glue. I've got a bit of glue there, but that will come off. And then I can just, I need to open her up, so I'm taking the clips off, just so I can get here, and then I can go in with a little bit more glue where I need it. Right. And I just need to, I've cut that terrible, I just need to straighten that. And then I can go like, look, I've got a little bit there that needs pushing down. helps. I need to get this little bit of glue off. And you see, once it's dry, we can just sort of pick with your pokey tool and get rid of it. Nearly. A little bit more. Oh, and I need a bit of glue over here. Underneath up to the edge. And I just think that now we've got a nice neat spine. Just pinch the fabric. And we've got a nice neat spine now. And I've still got a clip. Oh, I've still got a couple. We've got nice neat stitching, and now we're ready to start putting on pockets. You see, I carried on with the stenciling. Oh, I've done a little bit of stamping here and there. I think I only done a couple. Another bit of stenciling. A little bit of stamping there. And that's a lovely, nice journal, all crisp with the white. I never normally do the white. We've got these nice big pockets. And now we can also get to work on the rest of the journal. Right, so that's the end of part 2, I think. I went ahead and did the same with our little mini. And I've got some lovely Edith Holden there, a little pocket. And then, yeah, I did the same with some stenciling inside. And we've got little bits here and there. You see, nice little centre signature. And the same, obviously, on the other side. And so, our journals, little paper bag journals, are now complete for us to start filling them up. So, we ain't done bad today, have we? We've got loads done, and we've also got now loads of room now for us to get creative and start having some fun filling them up. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you're crafting along and doing a little paper bag journal. It couldn't be simpler, could it? It's so easy, and already it's starting to look, I think both of them are starting to look quite nice already. So we'll leave it there and come back for part 3 to start getting the insides nice and funky. So thank you very much for watching. I do love you all lots, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye.